And so here we go. Let's go. Turning on the music. Let me check out if we're live. Yes. Yes. It's alive. Let me just share this real quick. Make some noise. And today we got a little bit of a different stream. I'm gonna try to do something else because I wanna show you, maybe go through the entire process of starting from scratch and until the end. I just finished the third page, so before I go with the fourth, I wanna do something separately. A character pose, or what they call pinup. So here I go. I'll just share it like this. And let me just open up the comments here. So if you guys are watching, you know how this works. I'm gonna draw here, and you can come listen to the music, watch the drawing, and ask me questions. Talk to me, tell me how you're feeling, how this is looking to you. And yeah, all right, so here we go. I'm gonna do this, pull up this full screen thing. Let me know if the volume is all right. I think it should be, but I can give it a boost. Should be royalty free, so should be fine. All right, cool. So actually, let me lower this for a second. So I can tell you first what we're gonna do. What's the idea for today? Volume is fine. All right, man, let's do this. So today, different format, A5. And by the way, I figured out a new function here where I can zoom this shit completely to the core, to the molecular level. I didn't know I could do this, but now I know. Okay, so we have an A5. It's the same paper I used for the other thing, but just a smaller format. And I'm gonna try to do something, which is just the pose of the detective, and go with this piece of paper and start from the start. See how far we can get with this. Maybe even finish this. Let's see. I moved around a little bit the camera, so hopefully this is gonna be visible to everyone. Let me pull this up a little bit in case I need to talk, which I really don't, but all right. So I have first, before I do this, so here's how it usually goes with me. I'll do some at work, some random sketches, different things, experiment with poses, and I figured out that this pose here probably is something that I want to go with. So this is just a thumbnail, like really quickly what I want to do. So it's just going to be the detective kind of flying in the air, simple thing. Not too much craziness on the background or anything. So I'm gonna start with a pencil, and then I'm gonna, as soon as I clear it out, I'm gonna probably do at least 2 or 3 goes around with the pencil. And when I see it flesh out and I feel comfortable with it, then I'm gonna go and start doing the ink. So here we go. Now, let's see what we got. Let me just see if I'm visible. I think so. This mic is in my face, but maybe I can pull it. I can do this maybe. Maybe that's a little bit better. It's not a huge difference, but anyway. Is this visible? Yeah. Okay, so figure out the light. All right. Maybe put him. And so at the beginning, I'll just be very loose. And also, I don't want to scratch the paper too much. So I'm just gonna... This is maybe not going to be super visible, but just very loose shapes that give me an idea of like direction, where things I want to go with, also the overall proportion or composition. Probably go like this. hand goes maybe like this, maybe the other hand. I'm not quite sure about this hand, if it should be. I might be doing a lot of fixing at this face. Maybe either go. See, I need to see it before I'm able to be 100% sure. No, probably I prefer it facing in the same direction to give it more motion. Going upwards, maybe go slightly for balance to the side. I'll probably do one hand fisted and one open, just to have some sort of a difference here. Then the legs, that's always a question of how much exactly do you want to foreshorten them, because I can go kind of realistic, but you see the angle here is looking up, looking down, sort of. You see how his neck would be here, it disappears, because I like that look of like him hulking over. So that means there has to be some amount of foreshortening. So this is probably going to be, and I want to do just, I don't want to be breaking that upward motion too much, but I want to make a little bit of a move here to the side, just, I don't know. And so this is, I'm not decided if it has to be, probably will be just a slight bend. And see, that's maybe too big now that I look at it. Meaning, see, too much of a. Actually, you see, that's the other way. So the top is too small now. Instead of, I'm gonna fix it in increments. So you see, sometimes you gotta see the whole thing to see like what do you wanna change. So first I wanna maybe make this part a little bigger. I'm not sure if it's gonna work. A lot of times it's actually doing something else and then kind of reverting back because you realize that the first choice was maybe better. You know, it's experimenting. Not sure if I want to. I want to give him more of a bend to this side, and not sure if I want to do. Maybe he should be like looking down a little bit, as if he's flying up. So maybe the head is like that. And I'll give him, you know what, lately I like this kind of look of a little bit of a belly, even though even if he has muscles, it's like this bodybuilder gut, but it's just, there's something interesting about this. I'll see if I can manage to do it. There's some artists that do really nice, like gut, muscly gut. I don't know how to explain it. Like growth hormone gut. One that I can think of is this guy, Riccardo Federici. I think he's an Italian artist, and this guy is doing a really interesting thing with the belly is protruding a little bit in his stuff, and still it's very muscular and strong. It gives away, because you know there's something about a tight kind of. I think I have too much reverb. There's something about like a tight waist that makes a character weaker. You want like a big waist, not as big maybe as Tyson Fury was at the game at the last match, but still the guy won. So you know what I mean. There's something about a bear look. Well, it's not. Well, you know what I mean. It's a balance thing. So I'm gonna experiment, and this is why, you know, I'm not sure if this is gonna be the best thing to show you because it just takes more time. I wanna talk, but and not make it completely boring, but at the same time I want to be able to think. See, I'm not sure about this, like if it should be like to the side or to be more towards the camera. This leg is okay. So I'm probably gonna foreshorten this more. Okay. Let's see. This should be more like that. Okay, now that I look at this, I need to make this hand bigger. See, there's always a push and pull. There's always a... You go too far in one direction and you need to balance. So usually this has to be like to the middle of the thigh, so it is sort of accurate. All right, cool. Maybe I do this bigger, this kind of. So this, when I do this sort of thing here, is just a rib cage kind of marker for, and then the chest is actually over that. So if I have to draw the chest, it's gonna be here, and then the back, the lats is gonna be behind, and then the what do you call those muscles here? Obliques? No, the obliques are lower. So this is the serratus, I think, or something like this. Those are on the side. But I'm gonna get into the detail before. Still, I want to put just a little bit so I'm aware of where things are going, but not too much so that I don't feel like I have to commit immediately to it. Actually, I'm not sure if I should actually even protrude this rib cage even more here. Maybe see some of the shoulder, and then maybe bend this hand like this. So you see, now you understand why it takes even longer than... Okay, this is gonna be like... Takes even much longer than you think, because everything I still question myself a lot on. There's this thing about like training your eye to be comfortable with something, some decision, and not question it too much. So if I smaller. A little bit towards the body. I'm still trying to figure out the balance of this character in particular, because he goes through many changes in the story, and it's easier for me at this point to write the stuff in words than it is, say, to explain it in the visual language of drawing, and find a balance, and so probably, as many things, the balance will be in between him and the other characters that exist juxtaposed to him. But so I'm lacking this imagination think this is sort of getting somewhere now. I feel like I'm kind of solidifying this this angle. Just this hand kind of looks weird. Maybe this, I'm not even sure if I should, because I could turn his wrist and maybe have a, no, probably it's gonna work better just in a simple way. Wonder if I should make it more like Capullo, like more of a wider kind of wrist, like a hammer kind of. But also, this hand is it's pulling away. I can compensate with this one bigger. Okay. Funny enough, it's not the most comfortable thing that I have here where I draw like this. So funny enough, it looks better when I look at the screen now, because for you guys I set up the camera in such a way that I can't come up on top to see it look better. So what it looks like is it's better for you than it does for me doing it right now. Which I guess, I don't know if it's good or bad, but it is what it is. Maybe. This thing here, it's going to be, of course, so the backpack might be visible here, and this thing is going to be coming down here, and here. This thing, the jock strap is going to be like this, and then all the detail around the hand. Actually, every time I draw him, it gets a little better, it gets a little faster. Like, you know, there's these characters in comic books, it's just a repetition of it. This dick is probably going to be better to the side a little bit. It just becomes, like, so fast. Like, these guys, when they draw Batman, for example, it's just boom, boom, boom. It's like, they're not even thinking about it. Every angle, everything they've done 50 times over. This head is kind of too much. I don't know if I should make more space, but I don't want to. It looks funny this way to me. I don't know. It looks more like he's tougher for some reason, and I can give him some like striations on the neck, you know, to make it more like strained looking. And then probably, yeah, maybe do this muscle more exaggerated, and then this connection point to the backpack thing. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere. This is probably not correct. Might do it a little bit like that. And this leg also could be more tight. Oh yeah, this looks much better. See, there's some small lines that I don't know, make a huge difference. Obviously, I'm gonna go into the muscle here in a bit, but I'm just gonna leave some markers. I'm not a huge expert on this anatomy part, but it's just kind of what it looks like, slightly correct. Plus, it's a mechanical thing. You know, I'm gonna get to. At the moment, it looks like his legs are short. I mean, I want to make the point that they're foreshortened, but I don't know if I should exaggerate it more to make it look more like we're looking down at him from above. And you know, sometimes they exaggerate this a lot. But it's just such a balanced thing to know where to do it, how to draw the line. Okay, I'm gonna turn him more, maybe, this way. So alrighty. Try to be more mindful. Okay, I guess you know, I'm repeating it too much now. I guess this is kind of what it's gonna be. Okay, what do you think? Have a quick look before I start adding like detail, because is this pose usable for you? What do you think? I'm gonna still do some fixes. I could fix it until the very end. The point is, if this looks good, if this looks usable, and then I'm gonna start adding detail and then start, you know, doing the shadows and the inking. Yeah, I think it's good enough. I think this looks great. All right, then if we both agree on this, what I'm gonna do now is lighten up. By the way, this is a really nice, if you've never tried knitted, I think it's called knitted eraser. It's just, it's an eraser that works on a different way. So a normal eraser like this scrubs the paper off. So it scrubs layers of paper. This is how it removes this. This thing, it just grabs the, what do you call this? The graphite out of the paper and pulls it out. So as a result, it's a weaker kind of eraser. But if you're light and if you have a soft enough pencil, it's better for the paper. The biceps though, what about the biceps? The biceps, we're gonna do them. We're gonna add the biceps. I don't know why I like this look of like these big, the biceps is gonna be here. You're gonna see what I do with the biceps. It's gonna be there. It's gonna be just mildly, you see the bicep here. It's just gonna be slightly not as robust as, you know, Mother Nature would have wanted from a successful, good-looking man such as Detective Spencer. But all right, cool. So I'm gonna light this up slightly, and then I'm gonna go over with the pencil again, but this time add much more detail. And then once this is done, I'm gonna start inking. Okay. So just a little bit lighter. Now I'm gonna sharpen this. And by the way, I've tried so many times with those, what do you call them? Pencil-y things where you have like a little bit of a piece of lead inside, and you click it like it comes out. I just can't use them. They break all the time. They come in. I gotta buy a better one, and they're expensive. They're good ones. And I prefer an old school pencil. All right. So let's see now what we can do with this. So now that we have this, the overall structure, you can see that in every successive go, I'm gonna try to break the lines and make them a little more kind of sharp in places. And I find that this adds like dynamics to something like an image that is not really moving much, right? Um, maybe this should be bigger, but I can actually go a little bit pull in. Again, it's gonna look much better when I start inking because the contrast of the camera is gonna be better. So maybe even kind of close the line more. All right, so now I wonder how to approach this part. But I'm gonna do something like that. Okay, so now you gotta go remember what's kind of on top and do that first. So I'm gonna go add this kind of strap thing first. I'm trying to be sort of symmetrical, but not worrying about that too much. And remember, every time you have a chance to kind of fix and make small adjustments here and there, and I use this opportunity all the time because of how like insecure I am about every point in this process. So every go around, you know, it's like if I could probably, if I finish this, as soon as I finish this, if I had to do it again, it would probably be better. My guess is, you know, but you gotta call it a day at some point. This is probably not correct here compared to this, but whatever. This rib cage here connects like that, sort of, and then you have those things here that go sort of like that, like kind of like scales on a fish, sort of thing. It's not even. At some point they gotta end in favor of the back, the lat muscle, but not gonna be too worried about that, like staying super anatomically correct. I just made him into a fish basically, and then so here I can exaggerate that rib cage protrusion, and then I'll try to do this that I was telling you. This kind of belly thing sticking out. This would be kind of like the belly button here. And then those abs, I need to decide just how. And for now, I'm not too worried about lighting. I'm not too worried about anything. I'm not worried about establishing the shapes, which then once I see them, I can decide how to light it, and I can go any direction with it. See, this probably there should be, no, the back probably, well, a little bit might be visible. They're too thin, I feel like. Too close to each other, those abs. Might make them a little bit, kind of, a little bit thicker. And I don't know if I need to go this detailed. And then some of those things will be here. And then a lot of this is going to be shadow, so it's going to be kind of hiding this. Now, normally the detective has those bones here, but now I don't know if this bone should be obstructed by the shoulder, and if it is, then this one should be too, sort of. Or actually, I can make this kind of, I don't know if it works this way. Yes, I keep experimenting at this point. Still, it's not. If it's not over, it's not over. You know, that's what I'm saying. It's not over until you say it is. And some people are like, you know, endlessly fixing things. I've heard of artists that have done like an entire comic book, and then they say, you know, fuck it, and then they do the whole thing all over again. Like they stop and then they redraw the whole thing. I mean, some, of course, we talk about like those are notorious cases of like really obsessively perfectionist people, but I think that's, you know, see, that's the biceps, Augie. So here, there's something like that, I guess. And then the tricep would be kind of cutting here in the back. And then this, well, there's a lot of muscles here in the forearm, but I'm not gonna go in too much detail with them. Probably gonna fix a lot of this later. But those muscles here, I'm not sure. Probably need to break them up a little bit, because then it looks like a plate that you kind of put on top of something. So I'll probably just suggest them and some connecting points. I can also, at any point, like those muscles, you can separate, because it's not, I don't know exactly like every muscle where it is. I just slightly know how muscles sort of look like, and it's just playing with shapes. It's just repeating shape patterns is basically what it is. It sort of looks correct. If you really break it down, I should add some like veins here in the neck. This guy doesn't have too many veins anyway. And now it's like if you obscure the face, there's not much energy. You can't express anything on the face. So maybe the only point of tension would be this. Okay, so let's say that this bone is kind of here, but it's obscured by the shoulder plate. And then let's say that the shoulder plate would be connected, because I want to establish this connection point somewhere to the backpack, because it's kind of just sticking out of the backpack. And it's not even correct. It doesn't make no sense. It's just floating in the air. But, you know, it's a comic book, so no one cares about super tight realism. And then, okay, so this is the other bicep here. And then you're probably going to see a little bit of the triceps from behind. And then the other part is here, because the triceps is all around. It's kind of, there's 3 muscles to the tricep. And there's like a wide one, and 2 they're kind of long ones. And actually, if you really go into detail, the bicep is also 2 muscles. It's 2 muscle heads. And they're separated right in the middle, like this. But most of the time you can't see that, because you gotta be really, really cut to see this. Like, you gotta be very low on body fat. I've seen this in myself just once in my life, just slightly, really, really, really flexing, seeing this separation point, and I was really thin. This is like when I was, at some point, I did a 5-day fast. I was just drinking water for 5 days, not eating anything. And then I sorta saw this for a second, and it was like a unicorn. It never happened again. I'm not too, I gotta look at this, not too fond of this. This is too straight for, like, there's some lines here. So there's this line going here, and then I want to do juxtapose like this line. So I'll probably end up just bending this a little, maybe. Wonder how much I should do it. Kind of want to do this bend a little bit here, and then I want to give him this ass. I mean, okay, come on. I think this is PG-13 enough, and also you can't really tell this is an ass cheek. It's just between you and me. And then if I give him this ball sack cover here, and then I'll do these because it opens, so I'll do the line where it would open normally. The hatch releases the kraken, and then see these legs are too muscular kind of looking. I'm not sure if I should trim them down a little bit. I kind of like, I don't know, probably trim them down at the connection point to the knee. And then the knee should be like this kind of thing. Yeah, you don't see, this is the thing. In this particular instance, I don't know how I drew it before. Well, I kind of drew those bones above the legs, which is incorrect. This is more correct. Actually, what I did before was I was drawing like this kind of body where, you know, you have this pillow kind of shape. This is the head, and then I was drawing the legs here, like attaching to something, to the backpack. But in fact, like those bones, if you look at the construction of the body, if you look at the bone structure, you have the pelvis bone, which I don't know, it's something like this, right? I don't know. And then you have the spinal cord, and then these the bones of the legs. There is this bowl here that kind of goes into this hole, right? So and if you look at it differently, it could be like a bone that's sticking out here, and a robotic leg attaching to the bone. So this is kind of the scenario here. It's almost like this leg is attaching. Yeah. All right. Whatever. So let me pull out. And how do I make it more? Should be this. Or actually, want to join too many. If anyone else is watching, you guys, welcome to the stream. I'm drawing Detective Spencer here in this pin-up pose, kind of floating in the air. If you got any questions or suggestions or anything else, let me know. Shorter a little bit. And this bend. Yeah, I guess. Okay, so here in the hand department, I'm gonna do this sort of thing here. Then I'm gonna try to do those fingers more expressed, pronounced. Maybe too big, a little bit. The thumb sticks out. It's goofy. Stellar Drone Ultra Deep Field playing right now. Awesome track. I didn't know it was royalty free, but apparently I don't have any strikes yet. Should be. If I suddenly stop being audible, maybe it all went away. So maybe make this bigger to kind of be similar. I could make it just slightly more round, this bicep, slightly more typical of a bicep to be round. You can break this down as much as you want. This sort of structure here, these knuckles, you can make them as rigid, as many ridges as you want, you know. But I don't want to go too crazy because anyway, I'm gonna have to cover some of it. Don't want to get too attached to then have to remove much of it anyway. You know, it feels like the head is a little bit okay. So there was actually this backpack here kind of situation, and the backpack should also be sort of at the back. But that's probably going to be dark anyway. I might want to do this. It doesn't fight it too much, I think, this shape. Oh, this is better, this way. Okay. Soon I'm gonna start inking, I think. And we're 40 minutes in, still very slow, but I think maybe, I'm not sure if I should make this chest bigger. Just a little bit more round. Maybe this point here. Probably give him a nipple. Give him a nipple. The guy doesn't have too much going on for him anyway. He needs an extra nipple. Not sure if I should do some veins coming out of his crotch. I'll leave it without those. Actually, maybe this point should be. How do you? Not sure. This thing actually wasn't supposed to be the ass. I think that was supposed to be the point that connects those legs to the backpack. But now it looks good as an ass. I don't know if. Okay, let me remove it temporarily. If I make the ass smaller. Can I then have like this sort of attachment here? Maybe that looks better. Part of the bone might be visible then. gotta be also some, what do you call this, a collarbone here somewhere. Was that the collarbone here, or is this the thing? I think that's the collarbone. Anyway. Trying to do the 3 heads of the deltoid, but I don't know if this looks gimmicky that I'm kind of exposing this just so I can see part of this, or maybe cover it instead. It looks kind of more artificial when it's broken down, like some very similar shapes missing. Might be not similar but familiar, I meant. Creates an artificial kind of look. Alright, anyway. Yeah, not sure if this should be really... If I should keep this very simple. In terms of shape, language, maybe do this, and then, or maybe around this point. Still trying to figure it out. Because once you go inking it, it'd be much harder to fix small things. I might make the head a little bit more pointy than round. A little more kind of egg-like. I like that look. A little bit more coney. Cone heads look. Probably around that time. Probably gonna be closing down soon to moving on to the final stage. Do this. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna start inking. So at this point, the ink is pretty, I'd say, sticky to the page. So I don't need to lighten, well, it could be a good idea to lighten up, but I'm not confident enough to do that, so, because I'm afraid that I might lose some detail. So instead, I'm gonna go ahead and ink on top of that, and then kind of remove a little bit of that. For the good 05. I think I broke yesterday. I think I broke another marker. Shit. I have 3 broken ones, and I just need to pick the one that is the least broken. Not broken, but the smallest one has a very delicate tip, and it goes inside the markers. All right, cool. Let's start. Let's try to do this. I wonder if my head goes in the way if I do this. Maybe I should go like that. Just want to be a little bit closer. And see, now I'm still going to be doing some adjustments because I see where it's not perfectly symmetrical or where there's things missing. For example, here I see already that I want to move it a little bit. Trying to sell the underlining shape more by kind of bending this strap. Not sure if this actually has the counter intuitive effect of making it maybe look a little weaker as a contraption to hold on this entire backpack and exoskeleton just based on this flimsical thing, but you know, whatever. I'll let you be the judge of that. Don't want to also, just for practical reasons, obscure all of that muscle with now this strap thing, and although it goes through the middle of the chest anyway. Is my head getting in the way? I don't think so. Okay. I guess it's gonna flash out when I remove the pencil. Tits. That's what they're called. A little bit of striations. See, you have a similar thing going on here. Okay, you see how whatever we go around, it gets a little bit different. Stellar Drone, loving this mixtape. All right, man. And this mixtape just ended, as you said that. So let me see if I can find another royalty-free mix. Royalty-free, no copyright, synthwave. Let me start from the beginning. I think you're right, man. This is really, for some reason, suitable for the subject matter. whoever came up with that combination of synthwave and science fiction. Okay. I might turn around. Why not? I will turn around this page. If you can, why not? Because you know, there's moments when you can't. Like if you're painting and you need to tie it, glue it in with some duct tape or something to the table. May not be. See, I just adjusted that a little bit. The last second adjustment. By the way, if you haven't seen, I mentioned this already, you gotta go watch Tyson Fury and Wilder #3, the trilogy ending episode, The Return of the Gypsy King. It's maybe the best boxing. It's maybe the best fight I've ever seen in my life. I've only seen 5, so trust me. No, but it is quite amazing. It is incredible. See, I'm gonna adjust that too. It is a spectacle. It is extremely entertaining. It's incredible. Rarely do you see nowadays people going all out, you know. They fight politically. They sort of, you know what I mean? They abuse the meta rules of the game just to get the points, survive. I understand that, you know. I mean, it's a super dangerous sport and everything, but you gotta then respect the few guys that are old school like these guys that just really wanna kill each other, and just, you know, they're not gonna stop, and they're gonna take so much damage each, and they don't give a fuck. I like how some of those fingers look like fries. Maybe I'm hungry, but some look like better fries than others. It's getting somewhere. Okay, let me do the head. Just want to be careful not to jinx it. I'm gonna break this here just in case I want to do lighting from the top, which probably I will. So in case I want to do a highlight, it's always easier to leave some space just in case you decide to. Okay, so if this, okay, let's do the legs. Still not 100% sure about the legs, but whatever. I probably want to be more sure. You know what I mean? Once you warm up a little bit, so you go much faster. It just takes a little time. It, you know, you gotta appreciate just the even kind of super kinetic part of things, where it's just about, I don't know, body parts being ready or not for some physical activity. Okay, I think I got just the outline here. So now I'm gonna lighten it up, and then I'm gonna start successively adding more and more detail. Because I might even lose a little bit of detail when I do this. It might pick up some of it. In some places where I really worked, I'll go harder. All right. Now we're at this point. Now let's think. Does this look good? There's a couple of things that kind of look weird, a little bit. One thing I'm questioning is this line here, probably needing to go a little bit to the left, right? I think so. But you know what? I might fix that with shadow. So okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more detail before I go with the shadows, just a little bit, and then I'm gonna decide how I'm gonna light it. Because normally I could already go and block a bunch of stuff, but I want to see it a little bit. I want to see it flash out a little more. Then I'm gonna decide. Just a little bit of detail here and there. Okay, so just because I don't want to completely experiment and fuck it up, I'm probably going to add some of the shadow with the pencil just so I see how it looks. So, my logic generally tells me if you got a character turned this way, what I can do is just light it from here, like this, sort of like this. This is the light source at an angle. So then this head would throw a shadow and actually cover a large portion of this. And actually I can correct this line here in the process. This will be more exposed, and then everything should be on the right side. The drop shadows, or cast shadows, should come here on the right. So in terms of the abs, so they'll be sort of underlining the shapes. So this nipple will not be visible, because this tit is going to be lit. This is going to be lit like this. This is going to be lit like this. This is going to be like on the underside, there's going to be a shadow like that. Sort of like that, you know? So this is why I left open space in those shapes. I didn't commit to anything because, see, this is completely going to be dark. This is going to be completely dark. This part I can go completely dark. This sort of like this. And now the metal parts I'll shadow slightly differently. Now this part here is going to be interesting because first this hand is going to drop a shadow. It's going to be like this. This is the back side of the backpack is going to be completely dark. I kind of knew that, so I didn't even bother adding detail there. This is here. This side I might just do a little bit, so kind of leave a rim around it. Or you know, depending on what the shape of that backpack should be. And this is going to be similar to the muscles, so it's going to be like, well, it's supposed to be like metallic muscles. So the biceps like this part. The more it's kind of away from the light, the more it could be dark like this, right? So, and this part is going to be completely shadow. Well, not completely. I'm going to see some of that. Maybe that, and then, well, this is different because the sun will kind of light it in a more flat shape. So I might actually, I might see more. No, actually, the opposite. So this will be dark, and this will be light. Like that, a little bit. Actually, I could add a rim like this, yeah, to make the shape of the bicep more like that. This will be dropped in shadow here. The legs, again, similar to the abs. So this part is going to be like that. This part is going to be like that. And then the more kind of down they are, or I'm going to make them more and more dark. This is on the other side of this. This could almost completely be dark. This leg is kind of behind, so I'm going to go this way dark. This also kind of, this muscle will be kind of visible, but this one less. So that's, and then maybe like that, I think. And then the helmet, it's always difficult for me to figure it out because I want to make it reflective. So I want to make like these shapes here and there, and in order to do that, it's just difficult for me to decide how to light it. Anyways, so this part probably gonna have a little bit of shadow, and this will probably have more. But then it should drop. And then these parts, they're gonna be like that in the corners. I think that should be correct. Sort of like that, I guess. This is just for me to have a general idea. So if I go to a more thick, so now I'm gonna add those big shadows where I'm completely sure, and then I'm gonna go and add details with the smaller, with the tiny little marker. And I'm gonna be bold. And you know, if you're not sure, like they say, you can go dark, and it's kind of a safe bet. And I can always adjust these things later on when I see already the bigger picture, you know. I'll go dark here, fuck it. I'm gonna leave a space here just to separate kind of the tit. So you see how this these shadows already, they create a lot of information, or they make things more three-dimensional. You saw the shapes, you already knew where they were, but now they pop much more with the shadows. And I'm gonna leave some space here just to signify that there is some underlining kind of structure. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. I was telling Anya today there was some retardedness at work, and it was. We have this community team, and they come up with all kinds of initiatives to make life better, and some of them are really interesting. And no, that was a lie. And so they came up with this thing that to increase life-work balance. They were they were giving away free subscriberships, memberships, whatever you call those, to this meditation app, some sort of famous meditation app. And so one of the guys on the team, they were like, "Oh, there's, guys, did you see this? You can go and still grab some." Which, me, like, that's all I live for. To grab those free possibilities of membership. So I go, it's a team member. So I go, okay, I'll go check it out. So I go read this article, and they say, so the question is, how do you deal with work-life balance? And write in the comments, and then you get the free membership. And we have 30 to give away. All right, so I go, okay. And I start reading first, of course, just to gauge where I'm at in the social landscape. And so everyone is like, oh, I walk the dog, I go to the gym, and they just brag about these amazing lives they have. So I go, well, I don't want to brag. It's like obvious, I breathe, I drink water, yeah, I live, yeah. I don't want to, I'm like, I don't want to brag. So just to be funny, as I always default to being funny when I'm feeling insecure, I do nothing. That's why I come here to beg for these apps. So, everyone laughs, and they say, "That's great, but you're number 31." We just gave away all of this stuff, but then some people starts feeling really sorry about me, and they go, "Oh, no worries. We're gonna give you, I can give away mine, and there's this whole fucking another thread of people just giving away their memberships to me. So now I'm stacked with those meditation app memberships, I think. So if anyone needs meditation app memberships, I gotta check them out and hand them over. Pretty awesome stuff. So you see how this starts to look like something. It starts slowly to emerge from the unknown. From the collective unconscious. Unconscious. I'm never sure if it's unconscious or unconscious. But anyways. I'm really only slowly starting to understand those shapes like that. I had a real problem with the shadows at the beginning, and I'm still really experimenting mostly. But I think there was some improvement recently. Thinking about the shape that I'm lighting as opposed to just thinking about the shadow. And there's several processes that are happening. Like you think about the shadow, you think about the shape, you think about the balance and the overall, let's say, Probably gonna separate this better. Yeah, this didn't look good. Right as I was bragging about it, I fucked it up at the last moment. But there's gonna be some fixing and it's gonna be okay. There's a lot of experimentation still. Like, I'm just trying to see. Some things look good and I can't explain why. And I know they're not correct, you know. But, oh, there you have it. It's just, I don't know. Some of it is some memory of something I've seen somewhere. Some of it is trying to imitate something that I like. I don't know. There's a lot of things. So that's why I need to, if I only had time, like real time to invest in this, and mostly I try to use my time just to create new stuff. But that's a mistake if you want to be really serious about it, because you need to accommodate for specific time for improvement, for practice. It's like if I only go and play live music, for example, I'm never gonna improve, I'm never gonna change my skills, I'm gonna be locked at a specific level. I need to stop and learn something new and then go and incorporate it. And with this, it's the same thing. There's got to be time for study, and there's people that really are recommending like doing that, like having a time where you consciously just copy people. You go and find someone that really you like for no reason, like, you know, you just like visually something, and then just copy it and try to make it. And then while you do it, try to understand maybe why that works for you. What is it about it that you like? Then you stop and then you do something else. And then it's like in music where you really like a song and you learn to play it or you cover it. And then if you have a favorite band and you cover many of their songs, then you learn this one thing that they're really good at, or that one thing that you really like about them. And if you have one artist that really does great, I don't know, legs, and you just you spend time trying to draw the legs that this guy draws, you're gonna learn to draw legs like him at some point, or just borrow one particular trick from the toolbox of this guy when it comes to legs, and maybe that improves your game, and then maybe you even apply it to something else. You never know. So once I have enough of those shapes, I see patterns, and so then I try to like follow the same pattern. You know, you need to have a few to be able to see the pattern, and then it just gets much more easy. And it's not about correct, it's just about consistent. The language of those shapes, maybe out of context is complete shit, but within the context of this piece, okay, makes sense. Like someone sees it and it's like, okay. And then he sees something like a specific element of it or anything, you know, it's terrible. But in that particular piece where you're on this page and you look at this piece, it makes sense. I mean, that's the goal at least. If it doesn't make sense, then you got a problem. Fuck it. I'm gonna do this entire part black. Because it occurred to me that like the hand might throw a shadow. Maybe not. Maybe I'll bring it out or some element of it out. Yeah, I'll probably have to bring something out. Even if this is throwing a shadow, some of it might be visible. You know, and then something else might come out of the shadow that I didn't even plan originally, which is also an interesting surprise. Like for example, this shape. Maybe this. Then I'll fix it. All right, so now we got like some of the big shadows, or maybe most of them, if not. Or yeah, let's see. So now I'm looking at it in terms of balance, and I'm saying, okay, still there's a lot of light. I could have gone much darker. There's some things missing. Okay, so for example here, the drop shadow from the tip. And now, before, like, still, I look for balance and things are missing. And in a moment, I'm gonna start, like, sort of rendering out of the shadow. So, one of the best approaches, I think, when you're doing inks like this is go completely black and then render out of it. So you go create value from the black all the way to the white. And when you're working with watercolors, you do the opposite. You sort of you start with the whitest white because that's your highlight, is just a paper, and then you kind of move out of it. And yes, okay. I wonder if I should a little bit of this. head part of the helmet a little bit darker. Maybe this part here. Yes, I added more core shadows than cast shadows. I think those are more difficult anyway, but just in case, what else could be cast here? I think that's probably, I wanna do this, maybe this a little bit. Is there anything casting more shadow? Maybe the head. I feel like... Fuck it. I feel like I'll connect... There's just so little detail here that I don't need to have it visible. It might even... It's difficult that it ends precisely at the border of this. And such a big helmet, it might cast a bigger shadow. You know what? Might be interesting to break it with the shadow. To kind of go like this. See? More bold. And then I go this. And I see. And if it's too bad, I might fix it. I might save it, salvage it. Yeah, it feels more pronounced, and also it gives a bigger it gives a bigger kind of contrast to the head. But then, all right. All right. I feel like I have the tendency to be too scared with the shadows, so I kind of consciously try to push myself to go a little bit darker. Just in case I'm not, you know? So I feel like maybe... Okay, I'm not gonna go too dark on the skin stuff here because I'm gonna add just rendering out with the line work. Is there anything else that's more, let's say, unbalanced or requires heavy shadows, or can I switch to all right, I guess I'll switch now back to the 05, the thinner marker, and add just more rendering. So values between the total black and the total white, and then some details in the process. So what is the logic here? You render out, and depending on the shape, now I'm gonna have a different approach for the metal parts, for the hands and legs, slightly different on the helmet, and then different on the body because it's a different texture. Oh yeah, okay, so first I'm gonna create just a little bit of line weights here and there. Meaning some lines will be, do you even see this? No. This is gonna be tricky. There's gonna be some shadow here and there under the helmet. This is so tiny. I might even pull it just so you see what I'm trying to do here. The logic is the same as before, but just on a smaller scale. Meaning the shadow is on the opposing side of the light source. I don't want to too overcomplicate it. Now, what I'm gonna do is add here and there, add stuff, and see where this ends. Is this focused enough? Hold on. Just making sure it's as focused as possible. It's very small, you see my finger, so it's really hard to do anything more detailed than that, but without going blind. But I'm doing my best. Now, I'm gonna show you a little bit of different kind of textures here, as much as possible, for the different parts of the metal construction. Okay. I'll keep this like that. Not going to overcomplicate those shapes, but add something here. Now here, I might actually add some lines to make it look like there's something going on here. It's a machine after all. It's just a machine. Yes. Who said that? It's just a machine. Was it Morpheus? All right, now here I'm going to show you a little different trick. I'm going to show this sort of stuff that I was doing on the helmet, the reflective stuff, but on a little bit different way. And just, you know, loose lines. It's nothing special. I mean, on such a small scale, it's so difficult to do. That's why I understand why these guys usually do much bigger, and then they scale it down, and so they lose detail, but it looks better. But I mean, the thing is, if I had to do it on a bigger scale, it would take forever, like you've seen. I'm gonna just add some random detail here. Makes no sense what I'm doing. Just to make it look more a machine-like thing. Line weights here and there. Bolts and nuts. And I might add some like wear and tear here and there, so like something like here, and then some indentation, like maybe. And you see, I try to make it kind of thicker on the shadow side again. Maybe some acid fell down on this particular part of his suit. This part here that I wasn't sure about, I think I'm gonna keep it that way, because I might add more stuff in a moment, a little bit of reflections here and there. This is, the thing is, zoomed in as I am, as I can be. All right. Okay. Now I'm gonna do this sort of exhaust vents on the thrusters on the backpack. Maybe get some things here. Yeah, it looks like something, right? It looks more 3D. I wouldn't say realistic, but it just looks like something's happening. Okay, so now here, do something similar to what I did on the helmet, but a little more thick, because the helmet's supposed to be like sort of I don't know, transparent, not transparent, but a glass kind of thing, and this is supposed to be metal. Now let me do this right here. Okay, so this, I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna do it, but maybe like this, kind of thinning out lines. It's supposed to go towards the light, and then the fingers, I'm gonna do something similar to the other hand. So you can spend fucking forever doing this, adding these details over and over and over again. Do the same kind of thing as I did on the other hand, but then maybe I do a little bit of a crack, like I like this thing. I learned it when I was a kid. Actually, I saw it in some comic book or thing or something, which is it looks like a spider web, but it's the same way like a glass breaks if you smash like a thick glass doesn't smash completely, but it, you know what I mean, like tempered glass, if you hit it hard, it looks like a spider web. So the break is the point where you hit it, and then around you have this thing. Or another example, like, I don't know, imagine a cake with a chocolate frosting, and you press down the frosting until you break it. It looks the same. Or ice on a lake, this sort of crack, right? So I'm gonna try a very tiny version here, just for some, you know. Don't want to overburden it, because, of course, I fail at that, because as I'm saying I don't want to do that, it's exactly what I achieve. Thing is, when you squint your eyes, it looks like it's too busy at points where this is supposed to be a highlight. I already have like detail, because I used the highlight, like, let me showcase this detail that normally you wouldn't see, because under the shadow you can see. But whatever. This is where you try to show all your tricks in one piece, and you just... Okay. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of maybe just some detail here and there. Okay, let me pull out. Some reflections that for some reason look nice. Not reflections, but I don't know what to call them. Like white dots. Okay, maybe I just do this. No, you know what? I'm not gonna do it. No. Because I'm still gonna render the body. Okay, let me do the legs first and then I'll do the body last. So I want to keep them still reflective enough. So I'm gonna do some of those stuff that I was doing. So instead of doing the normal rendering, which is like pulling lines, I do those thingies. But in a sense, they achieve the same because at the end, the result is, in terms of values, is similar. If you were to like really watch it low resolution from a very big distance, it has a similar effect. probably throw another line or two here. It's too dark. And here or there, I just do the regular. Oh, hey, Icky, what's up, man? Detective Spencer ripped. I didn't see you coming. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm just finishing this up. This is a special commission. It's what they call it. I'm just fucking. It's not a commission. It's a thing for Augie. We're doing, both of us, something together. Let's put it this way, and it's not sexual this time. So, this is a break from my pages. Okay, now it's time to do the body. Yeah, so man, we're doing something. I inspired Augie finally. Finally something useful out of this endeavor. Finally, maybe something good will happen. Probably gonna do the whole back here like this. Yeah, I think this is almost done probably. Thing is, you see a lot of reflection in the ink from the light and the ink being shiny, and you probably don't see some of the detail, but when I scan it, it should look a little better. Wondering if I should do chest hair, but with so much detail anyway, I don't want to overburden this. What do you guys think? Does this look ready to you? And I might even have time to just do, because it's it's fucking 2 hours. I might just do a black background just to make it feel more finished. No chest hair. He is metrosexual. No, man. I mean, look at the amount of detail. If I do the hair, it's gonna look black. It's not enough space on a small shape like this. But it looks enough hair. It looks kind of hairy with all the scratches I did. Trying to look to see if there's anything else missing, anything obvious. So sometimes that's the thing, that like your eyes, what do I fucking black holes, your eyes, baby, they just get tired and sort of biased by looking at the same thing for too long, and then it feels like you need a break to reestablish things. You know what I want to do? God damn it. I'm afraid to do it because if it doesn't look good, it's going to be just a waste of another fucking time. But I want to do maybe something they call bounce light. Oh no. You got to be kidding me. My camera died. See, that's a sign from God. My big camera died. The battery just couldn't take it no longer. I was like, I'm done. Actually, I have another one. I got 2 more batteries, baby. Let me see if I can switch it up real quick, because I think I'm almost done, and it would be a shame to just leave it at 95%. Let me see if I can change it. I'm not sure if I need to restart something here so it starts becoming visible. I knew this day would come. I knew one day, sooner or later. Properties. OBS is against me. Oh, but this should be okay. Yeah, I see OS. Why you no work? Why you no work, camera? disconnect, turn it on and off again. Okay, I'll do one more thing, final attempt. I'll remove it and add it again. Remove and add. And if not, guys, I'm sorry. Then I'm gonna just, it's almost done anyway. You saw the most of it. So why is it? Oops. What the fuck is up with that? Extremely weird shit. Extremely weird stuff happening here. It's late and the equipment is weirding out on me. What the fuck is this? What the fuck? Shit. Insane stuff occurs. Oh my god, what is going on here? Oh great, I removed the few things that worked. Well guys, anyways, I guess there's no need to... Okay, I can't even see shit. Let me tell you this. How much are they paying me? Now there are 2 detectives. Listen, I'm sorry, this is very wildly disappointing, but this is a detective for you. It's almost ready. I'm gonna finish it in a moment, and I'm gonna send a scanned copy to Obliques, who's gonna do with it whatever he wants. I hope nothing too, you know, unpleasant, because the guy, as you know, he has disabilities. So let's not go crazy with that. And thank you everyone for watching. Thanks Ricky, thanks Ogi, thank you everyone who stopped by. And see you next time then. And I'm gonna probably show you the finished result and start with the next page. So talk to you soon guys, love you, and good night.